Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I'm back with Afan Lido for our season 28 February review now. Into season 28 now. There's been quite a lot of transfer activity actually, so I'll go through that first, as per usual. So, in Wise, we had the free players come in from last year. We didn't sign anyone else. We signed Stavros Xanthopoulos, the 20-year-old Greek forward now. Joe Brooks from Tottenham, the fullback that can play both left back and right back, which has been helping out a lot for backup. Jean Mario Pulio, right back. He's actually become first team right back now, which is pretty good to see when he's only 20. Um, and Corrado Nicolini, who has been great at right midfield, backing up Ryan Potter. Going out was quite a lot of people. Decided to have a bit of a clear out. Players that I didn't really need, and we're having quite a few people come in as well. So, firstly, we let Dino Franjic go for 105k. Not much in the end. We did get him on a free. He's been here for quite a while, but never really came to anything. He's 27 now, but got quite a bit of money actually from him from loans, so not too bad there. Gary Telford, 100k to Sunderland. Yeah, he was a bit of a flop. We bought him for 20k, sold him for 100. I guess it's a bit of a profit, but never really did anything. He sort of had a few good patches, but nothing really to see there. A loan, Barry Phillips left on a free along with Ramir Martin. Zoran Baric left for Al Ain for 2.7 million, so don't think that's too bad actually. Bought him on a free from Croatia Zimajavic. Don't know. Had a few loans in the end to Abo. Did actually very well there, and he's actually done too well at Alain too. But we've got a sell-on clause as well, so 2.7 million for him, pretty good there. Some more loans. Greed Jordan went to Kilmarnock. Nick Phillips went to Wickham. Lawson Newell went to Swansea. Then we sold. We've been selling players for a bit undervalued, just because we need to get rid of them because their wages are a bit high, and no one really wants them. So these two here are a bit undervalued. Chris Webber, 1.4 million. Yeah, 1.4 million to Dundee. Yeah, he just sort of never really sort of made it for us in a way. So we did actually get a £1 million loan for him, which is pretty good. But yeah, in the end, not too bad there. And then Jamie Konate, who's actually considered a legend at the club, which I found is quite surprising. Thought we could have got more from him, 1.9 million, but we do have sell-on clauses, so kind of happy with that in the end. But he did well for us, but I think it was just time to get rid of him. Frankie Flynn as well, 2 million to Aston Villa, 29 years old now. Brought him on a free. He did very, very well for us, and it's good to get a bit of a profit on him there. So he left. Jonathan Hall, 98k to Crystal Palace. Kind of, I've kept him around for like 3 or 4 more years more than I should have. But finally we've sold him. He got a sell-on clause as well. He's been actually doing pretty well for Crystal Palace. So hopefully that gets another transfer. So we have sell-on clauses in all these people. More loans. Nicky Scott went to Newcastle for 3.7 million. Pretty good profit there. Brought him on a free from Rangers. Had a few loans. Did well. 3.7 million is a pretty good fee for him. So let him go. Conor Cassidy, the goalkeeper we brought in for like just a backup. I thought that I could get something for him, and in the end, Liverpool of all people wanted a backup goalkeeper, so they bought him for 1 million. So I'm quite happy with that in the end. A loan for Amin Lecoq. So he went out on loan. Michael Whitaker went to Swansea for 1.8 million. He did well for us, but in the end he just wasn't going to be good enough. And we are having quite a few centre mids, as you see. Like we're selling all our centre mids because we have a few coming in. So yeah. Then Ross Galsworthy went on loan. Andy Sullivan, Gary Parry went out on loans. So then we brought in 15 million transfers wise. That's pretty good there. Future transfers though. Firstly, we got Giannatta Capiferi. I'm using that technique again with the loans. Like he's on loan at Swansea at the moment. Swansea and I think West Brom seem to loan a lot of Italians. So we got another attacking mid right here. He's 19. I just had to take him because he wanted such low wages. I thought we might as well have him. So we're going to have 4 right wingers next year. So I might consider selling Ryan Potter. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not because he's our star right winger. But we have like Nicolini and stuff, and Jordan Martin, and now him coming in. So, don't know, not too sure. I'm probably loan one of them out, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. David Capozzielli from Juventus, who is a 19-year-old Italian centre mid playing on Fulham at the moment. Looks very, very good here. Got some really good all-round stats, and he's only 19 as well. Got Alistair Goshal from Tottenham coming in, who is a centre back. Looks pretty good. Not as developed as the other people, but I think bringing in another centre back with Nicky Scott leaving would be good for us. As long as well, the fact he's young as well, does well. Robert John from Man United, who is also a centre mid. So this is why I was selling centre mids to get them off the books. 19-year-old English centre mid looks pretty good. Yeah, he's had actually some first team football for Man U this year and last year, so that's pretty good there. And then finally, Pablo Rodriguez from Real Madrid, who is also another centre mid. So three centre mids coming in, so I sold quite a few. 20 years old, got some good stats, more of a defensive midfielder, but I'll turn him into a ball-winning centre mid there. But yeah, so that is the transfers. So fixtures wise, I've gone through all the fixtures. We had loads of friendlies again, as per usual. We have to go through the qualifying now, which is annoying. We had a 3-0 win over Levski. Let's just try this now. Insert column, goal scorers. There we go. Wasn't too hard. Sophia and Benali got 2 and an own goal there. Then we had Levski at home, 2-0 for Gueras and Nelson. Airbus was a 3-0 win. Nicolini with 2, as you can see, doing well, and Perry with 1 there. Then we had Tel Aviv in our Champions League playoff, I think. Playoff leg, yeah. We actually came up against Frančić straight away, so we beat them 4-0. Firstly, an own goal, Benali with 2, and Xanthopoulos with 1 there. 4-0 against Bangor, 2 from Perry, 1 from Saxton, 1 from Parry. Then we beat Tel Aviv 7-1 away, Benali with a hat-trick, Nelson with 1, John with a hat-trick as well. Then we beat Sefendrids 4-0, Figueres, Perry, Xanthopoulos, and Potter. 3-1 against Newtown, Haran scoring his first goal, Martin and Benali. We had Valencia. We had a very tough group this year, I have to tell you. We had Valencia in the first group game away, 2-0 for Gueras and Benali with goals there. 1-0 win against TNS away, Benali with the goal. 3-1 against Ryder, Ross Galsworthy, Nicolini again, and an own goal. We had Marseille next, 5-2 win here. It was quite actually tough game here. We were at home, but they gave us a bit of a run for the money. They went 1-0 up, brought it back to 1-1. We went 2-1 up, they brought it back to 2-2, but then in the end, Potter, Markey, and Benali gave us 3-goal cushion there to give us the 5-2 win. Then we played Real away 4-1. Darren Baker with 2, Nicolini and Perry. 7-1 against Prestienne in the Premier League Cup. Saxton with 2, Perry with a hat-trick, Nicky Scott with 1, and Nicolini with 1. Kerr was a 3-0 win. Haran, Perry, and an own goal. Then we had Anderlecht in our last, who were the last people in our group. 2-0 win, Benali and Xanthopoulos. Aberystwyth Uni, they had a 1-0 win, Xanthopoulos. And then Ryder was a 3-0 win, Xanthopoulos with 2, and Figueres with 1 there. 3-0 win against Haverfordwest, Jordan Martin with 2, and an own goal. 1-0 win against Anderlecht at home, quite a close game in the end, but we got through there. 3-1 win against Airbus in the Welsh Cup, David Sullivan with 1 and Nicolini with 2. 7-0 win against Kerr, Potter with 2, Benali with 2, Perry, Baker and Markey. A 5-4 win over Bangor. This was a bit of a crazy game. They went 1-0 up, we brought it back to 1-1 Jordan Martin, and then 2-1 straight away with Haran, and then 3-1 through Saxton. They brought it back to 3-3, and then they made it 4-3, and then Baker and Sullivan, within 1 minute of each other, made it 5-4. So when it hit 4-3, I was angry. So I threw it on overload, and we got the win in the end. Then we had a 3-1 win at home to Valencia, Nelson and Benali with 2. A 3-3 draw with Airbus, our first drop points in the league. Nicolini and Saxton with 2. We thought we'd won it with a 3-2, but then they got one back. Grant Welshby getting a hat-trick for them. And then Marseille away was a 3-3 draw as well. 2 3-3 draws in a row. Benali with 2 and Nelson with 1 there. We didn't have to come back actually multiple times here. We were 2-0 down at one point, brought back to 2-2, and then they made it 3-2. But we got a goal in the end to give us the draw there. And was that the last Champions League group game? Yeah, that means that we finished top of our group though, 16 points. Marseille qualified second, Valencia and Anderlecht. Very tough games there. Like, you don't think they're powerhouses, but they are tough teams to come up against. Sort of, yeah. But then we had a 6-0 win over Sefton Druids, going back to the lead. Jason Murphy, Sullivan, Martin, Thompson, and Parry with 2. ABBA was a 2-0 win. TNS was a 3-1 win. Newtown was a 6-0 win. Ryder was 4-1. 2-0 against Real, 3-0 against Kerr, and then finally 7-0 versus ABBA Uni. Nicolini with 2, Thompson, Nelson with 2, Figueres and Benali. So yeah, that's it so far. Welsh Premier League, we are sitting top, sitting pretty at the top. 21 wins, 1 draw, 64 points. Conceded quite a few actually. We haven't. ABBA are actually conceded less than us so far. They sit in second, doing very well actually. They're 48 points. Then Real, Banger, Ryder, and then TNS down in sixth. They've really starting to fall down now. They just sneaked into the playoff route. Look at that, by goal difference. Pretty crazy there. Um, but yeah, they've sort of dropped out. ABBA Uni actually they had a bit of a big sort of landmark for them. They got taken over by a Puerto Rican tycoon, which is a bit crazy there. So if I show you actually the Welsh Premier League clubs, if you look at the reputation, there we go, there it is. Club coefficients, finances wise, ABBA Uni have 18.5 million now. They were down here, and now they're 18.5 million, like jumped above TNS and ABBA. They haven't actually done much transfer business. They did sign a player for 7k from Haverfordwest in the window, but nothing other than that. So I'm going to see what develops with them as time goes on. They've actually, I think, yeah, they've lost their Craig Gardner as their manager. But yeah, a bit crazy there to see actually a tycoon take over in Wales, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's been good so far. I think Italy. We haven't have we done much with Italy? We've got the World Cup qualifiers coming up. Lost England 2-1. Porto was playing for them. I think did he score? And I didn't think he scored, but he played for them. We had a 3-0 win against Northern Ireland, 2-0 win against Switzerland, and 5-0 win against Moldova. I don't think I was there for that one. I'm not too sure. Whatever. And then 2-1 win over Greece, maybe. Yeah, I think I was there for all of them. But yeah, so yeah, it's been going good actually. If I look at the stats of our players, we have quite a few goal scorers. Benali's already got 24, which is kind of bad because I have to sort of hinder him now because I gave him a new contract. He's actually gone down to 16k a week from 24k because he's older now. But if he gets 30 goals, he gets 400k. So I'm trying to limit him to Champions League football now, which is a bit hard. Then we got Saxon on 12. Nicolini, there we go, 11 goals. Perry's got 11. Figueres has got 9, along with Nelson. Xanthopoulos has got 7. Assists wise, Bernali's top with 19. 13 from Nelson and Potter, 7 from Nicolini and Sullivan and Perry and Saxton, other way around, and Xanthopoulos has 6, so pretty happy with this. Got a good squad coming on now, and we just need to sort of back up players. The problem is, where is he? Figueres. His contract's running out, and he wants about 40. Well, I think I've got agreed that I can give him 30k. He's currently on 18k. Now, I just don't know whether to take the risk on signing him up for a 30k deal when my next highest is on like 18k, or I sell him for about 25 to 30 million. So I wanted your guys' opinions on that. And should I sell him or should I let him go? Seeing as the fact is that our finances aren't the greatest. They keep going down each year, which is why I have to keep selling players due to the wages, I think it is, or whether it's just I don't know. Expenditure wise, we have a lot on total wages. So like this season we spent 20 million on wages. Last season was 27 million on wages. So if we put him on a bigger wage, it would sort of kill us. I don't know if it would kill us or not. So I wanted your guys' opinion on that. And otherwise, I think that's it. In the Champions League knockout round, we got Basel. So